Joanne, thank you very much indeed. So back to Cork for the Republic of Ireland under-21s as they look to maintain their good run of form on home soil in their search of that elusive appearance at the European Championship finals. Good crowd coming in, 2 Turners Cross this evening on a lovely evening for football, and it's a big occasion for Jim Crawford's team. They won't need to be reminded of their last qualifier towards the end of the campaign here in Cork last year when Norway scored late on in what would prove to be a costly 1-1 draw when the final totals were totted up at the end of that group campaign. That game happened this night last year, and both sides tonight, Slovakia and the Republic of Ireland, coming in with maximum points from their first 2 matches, but both will also be aware that tonight represents a step up in quality as the qualifying group starts to take a clearer shape. Graham, it's a big occasion, as we say, for Ireland, as the lads and Joanne have touched on before kick-off. Ireland will need to step it up tonight. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they need to put in a performance. There's an old saying in football: you can change the performance, but you can't change the result, and that's what they'll take out the other 2 games. But to put together a run of results that allows you to qualify for the tournament, you need big performances as well. And tonight I feel Ireland need a big performance, because I think Slovakia would be the main challengers for that second place in the group. Yeah, it certainly looks like it will line up that way on the way that things have panned out so far. Slovakia coming in off the back of 2 wins from their first 2 matches as well, and England, the dominant team at under-21 level, lurking with real intent in this group as well. They will be expected to top the group, and then Slovakia and the Republic of Ireland, potentially the 2 teams jostling for that second position. We'll bring you the team news in a short while, but first let's pause for the national anthems. A big roar from the home crowd at the conclusion of Verón na Bhíonn. The crowd still coming in. It's quite a healthy attendance as kick-off approaches now, and Ireland get themselves set to go for this latest qualifier
in their campaign. Let's take a check on the teams then, and Jim Crawford has made 3 changes to his Ireland side following that win over Andorra and Tala last month. In comes David Akogbu at the back. He's already made 8 appearances so far for Peterborough United in League One this season. Jacob Slater is also in to start at the back. The other alteration comes in midfield. Adam Murphy lines out alongside Colin McCarthy, and Mason Melia, who scored twice against Moldova, leads the line tonight. Michael Noonan is held in reserve for the home team. There's our match referee for this evening, and it's Lionel Judy is our match official tonight from Switzerland. Here is the Slovakia team for this evening. A host of changes to their side following their 3-2 victory over Moldova last time out. Jaroslav Kentosh, their manager, makes 6 changes in all. The informed Mario Sawyer is not part of the under-21 squad tonight. He's playing his club football with Toulouse and scored last month in that win over Moldova, but he doesn't take part this evening. There is still, though, plenty of experience in this Slovakia team. Jakub Jakugbo is the captain. He played in the finals of the Euros earlier this year, as did Nino Marcelli of Slovan Bratislava. It's a wonderful setting this evening for the game. The conditions, Graham, pretty much ideal, and a healthy crowd in as well for this one. There's Mason Melia. He's been in great form at club level, and they'll be hoping that he can continue that in here again tonight.
He's been brilliant. I agreed with Alan in the commentary watching the game last week. He was the one player from Pats that actually took the game to Cork. Cork were fantastic on the night and ran out deserved winners, but they done well to quell him because he kept taking the game to them. Sometimes overdid it at times on the ball, but you can see his want and his will to win, and he brings so much power to this Ireland under-21 side.
Amelia got those 2 vital goals in that win away to Moldova. That was a sticky enough opener for Jim Crawford's team, but they managed to find a way through, having fallen behind. Slovakia got the better of Moldova by 3 goals to 2. They beat Andorra by 3 goals to 0 in their other fixture in the group so far. And they'll come here filled with optimism. They played at the European finals earlier on this year, and they have some good experience at under-21 level over the years as well. Slovakia, they finished 4th in the Euro finals back in the year 2000, and they were in the group stage in 2017. So they have experience. Ireland still waiting for their first appearance at the European Championship finals. It'll be a Slovakia to get us underway. They'll play from left to right in this opening half in that all-blue strip. And an early ball punted downfield that's headed away by Sean Grehan. Ireland hoping to make their way through to the Euros finals, having experienced some agonising defeats at the closing stages in recent qualifying campaigns. They lost out in a playoff, and then a couple of draws towards the end of the campaign last year, proving very costly indeed. Here's an early ball in for Slovakia. Defending for Ireland to do. Plenty of green shirts back in a defensive position. The shot coming from Nino Marcelli, blocked down. And Ireland get it away down to the corner, helped away by Jacob Slater.
It's a good block in the end from Murphy. Marcella, we touched on him before the game that he's going to be the danger man for them. He can play off either side as well. Part of me was thinking maybe that's why James Abanko went in at right back to maybe quell him, but Riznik's gone over there. But yeah, Adam Murphy in midfield, again, fantastic when he played here in the league for Pats. Done really well in the cup final the year he won it, but he has the legs that can go and help Mullen and go and get in contact with Melia once Ireland turned the ball over.
There is James Abankwah sending this one down towards Mason Melia, crowded out of it this time. And the referee awards the free kick for Slovakia. Foul committed by Colin McCarthy. Decent position here for Slovakia early on.
They look like a big enough side as well, the lads coming. Jakubko looks like he has a good presence about him. He's going to have to be watched. He's drifted out to the back post. Ireland have gone zonal on defending this free kick, so Slovakia have bunched up around the back.
Gajdaš will whip this one in with the right boot. The Banco got there first, but it's fallen nicely for Slovakia inside the area, and having to be disciplined as they force the visitors back out. Shot coming in, oh, it's in! It's taken a huge deflection. And Slovakia take the lead inside the opening 3 minutes. Daniel Danihel with the effort, and via a massive deflection, the visitors hit the front at Turner's cross.
They don't deal with the first one in. A bank was stretching, and I think there's another Irish player behind the bank that could probably call him and help him win the header. But then it comes out to Danihel. He comes inside a little bit too easy, and he just lets one go on his left foot. Looks like it's Mason Melia that just sticks his head out trying to block it. Again, Grehan's behind him. But in fairness, he can't do anything about it. He has to throw his head in the way. But yeah, it's not the start that Jim Crawford and Ireland would have wanted.
Completely wrong footing. Noel Johnny in the Irish goal, and Slovakia with a big boost early on, and that totally changes things here after the early stages. Mason Melia diverting it into his own net, and Ireland now forced to try and respond.
Yeah, they just can't let him back inside the pitch. Once he's on that side, you can't allow him out back inside to get a shot away, and then that's what happens. But yeah, you just have to have a response here. Like you said, don't panic. Just relax into the game and know that the chances will come. Build momentum.
First long throw-in of the evening here for Ireland. Hasn't fallen for anybody in the area. Hakiki trying to get it under control. Then the shot coming in! How about that for a response? Jamie Mullins with a magnificent strike, and Ireland level after a little over 60 seconds. Remarkable.
It's a brilliant strike from the edge of the box. I don't know if the keeper can see it, but he's not getting to it. Again, long throw in. A Banquet doesn't get to it. I think that's a Kiki on the edge of the box. Just makes great little touch from McCarthy. He just settles it. He just says that Green brilliant set. And just says to Mullen, just come on and hit it. And he does, and it finds the far bottom corner. Brilliant volley. Really brilliant goal from Ireland.
And if you're looking for entertainment, you've come to the right place. 2 minutes for the first goal, 3 for the second of the night, and it's 1 goal apiece now inside the opening 5 here at Turner's Cross. Jim Crawford would be thrilled with the response from his team.
Yeah, it's a great response. Like we were just saying, don't panic, you'll get a chance. I didn't think it'd come that quick.
So as you were, all square. And Ireland boosted now by that. You can see Jim Crawford urging on Chad Hakiki in front of him. The whole crowd getting involved now as well. Slovakia keeping the ball down in their own half. This is the captain, Jakubko. Underneath that one, nods it forward towards Mullins.
Brilliant.
Gets through the gap, and now Ireland building nicely with Rocco Vata. Comes in on the right boot. Struck that one well, you know.
It's a really good move from Ireland. As soon as they win the header, Grehan does well, wins the header. Then it's a turnover. Mullen secures it, but then pops it through the gap, flicks it out to Vata, and he's around him in a lie. And that opens up the space for Vata to come inside. Fires away, he strikes it really well. You can see that one's moving.
Rocco Vata, so much expected of him playing at Watford now at club level. 6 appearances so far this season.
The importance of winning the first header from a defensive point of view from Grehan. He wins the first header, Ireland pick up the seconds, and then all of a sudden they get the shot on goal. It's going to be so important because they're trying to push Pavic on the right-hand side. They're trying to push him really high, and that allows Marcelli to come inside. But if they're going to go into him, Grehan has to follow him in and win them headers. That releases, stops them building momentum into the game, gets Ireland up the pitch.
Slovakia now putting this press on. Grehan gets it away towards Vata. Forced backwards again towards Sean Grehan. He eventually just puts the right boot through that over towards Hakiki. He couldn't quite turn away from the challenge of Mate Riznic.
Slater probably just went a little bit too high on this side, and then he was in an out pass.
Subcoat plays that one away, but Samuel Giddy gets that one out off the field of play. Ireland's press working to good effect on that occasion.
Really good, because they're pushing both the full-backs high, and then they're trying to do little drop-outs into midfield. whether it's Giddy just dropping into a left-back area, allows the winger off that side just to come inside. Riznik comes inside, full-back goes high, and they just try and pin a Banquo back. But obviously Ireland then jump on it, and they have another chance to put a long throw into the box.
It'll be Grehan again. It's plenty of distance on these. There's no real wind to speak of tonight either. Launch that one in there. Comes back out towards Mullins again. He lifts it in. Milia's after this one. Goalkeeper got there first. Adam Hrindin controlling that one. And the referee sounded a whistle as well.
It's the right decision from Mullen as well. It's a great header, defensive header from Slovakia. And they clear the box and it's bouncing up. You've seen them before. You try and take them down and it gets nicked and he just hooks it back over.
Hadbert does well, helps that one back to his goalkeeper, Noel Johnny. Down towards the keep beaten with the header from the goal scorer, Danny Hell.
Yeah, he done well at Hadbert there. He just got across nice and early and dealt with it. Didn't have to put it out of play.
Jaroslav Kentosh, the Slovakia manager. He's in the job since 2019, so both managers on the touchline, well experienced now at this level. Jim Crawford into his third campaign. There's a Banquet playing two at Watford at the moment. They'll have a new club manager when they return to the club with Javi Grazia back in situ there. Ball out from Slater down in the corner. Doesn't quite go to plan.
Yeah, I don't think Vata can run beyond there. He doesn't have the distance to clear it over from Slater. Doesn't have the time on the ball to get out of his feet and play long. He needed a short pass.
The Banquet felt he was fouled, so too to the Ireland bench, and the referee eventually sounds the whistle. Irish free kick just inside their own half.
I think Jim Crawford was screaming for that more than anybody. You see it here, he just nicks it and then the arm comes out, but look at Jim in the background. He knows the importance of this game.
Certainly does, and after those close calls in the last couple of campaigns, Ireland desperate to make to the finals in 2027. Grant launches this one forward. Down towards Giddy, who recently signed for Cincinnati. And now Slovakia down the other end. Vata commits the foul on Marcelli.
It's not a bad foul, that, considering Slater's out of the game as well. He does well to recover, but it's a clever foul from Rocco Vata.
Vata just allowing Palachuk to keep a hold of that one. And after that frantic start, the game's settling down somewhat now, as that one goes all the way through to Noah Johnny and the Irish goal. Uses a Banquet. Mullins, just the first touch letting him down on that occasion, and Slovakia have it back through Giddy. Here's a chance maybe for another long-range shot. Instead it comes out towards Pavek. Jowski lifts it in there. Good header from a Kagbu, still not clear for Ireland. Grehan will complete the job.
Just doesn't have enough sort of awareness there, Mullen. He's doing a little drop out on the right hand side. Ireland are dropping into a tree in that build-up play and how they get out. Slater's going high on this side and a Banquet's just dropping into like a tree to allow Ireland just to play out. But if Mullen's going to come, he just needs to come and set, and then it goes straight into me and they follow it in after.
Here comes Slovakia again. Giddy closed down in the middle. A couple of Irish players closing in. One of them was Adam Murphy, but Slovakia have retained it. Tadeusz Kajowski helps it away towards Palachuk.
Murphy done well to quell the original run, but then McCarthy should come around, and that's the one they have to win between them. They have to come out with the ball.
Long one down the field again. Johnny on the edge of his own area, wanted to clear that one away as the marker came in on him. Slovakia win it then in the middle. Vata does well. Now Ireland down the other direction. No way through this time. Kiki had made the run forward.
Yeah, he made that run from out to in. It just needed to be lifted. If it lifts, it gives them a chance.
Giddy. Palachak. Now Hayoski. Brad squeezing right up. Grieger did well, and Slovakia keeping the ball nicely.
He's a big presence as well, Grieger. He's hasn't really been over involved in the game up until the last couple of minutes, but Mason's
they've won it back, and now Melia options inside in the middle, goes it alone here. Mason Melia still retains possession, eventually crowded out of it, but Ireland will get the throw in on the far side.
He's in a great position. The ball just wouldn't set for him, but I think as soon as he comes inside, he just needs to swing on it. If it's on his left foot, either swing or set. Rocco Vata coming in off the touchline. Again, he could just drop it for Vata, and he can come on and finish it with his right foot.
Another long throw, and we've seen, I think, 3 of them now from this exact position almost. It'll be Graham again. Underneath that one, it'll come back towards Graham once more. And then Murphy wins the corner for Ireland.
He's recycled them well, even though, and obviously the goal comes from it. But the last couple of times that the throw-ins have been released, Ireland have gone to the second ball. They've got something back. Whether it was a chance, Mason runs into the goalkeeper, and this time they've worked the corner onto the far side for Jamie Mullen to take.
So here comes the corner from Jamie Mullins. The goal scorer whips it in right-footed. Important header on that from Palachak to get it away, but Ireland will pick it up again. Jacob Slater. 3 Irish players to aim at over there, and they're a little bit open now at the back of Slovakia. Come down the other end. Slovakia players racing forward here, and the foul committed in the midfield. Again, Ireland looked pretty exposed on that occasion. Mightn't be a bad free kick to give away.
I think it's a very good free kick. I think Slater in that position has to overhit that one. I think if it goes out for a throw on the far side, you're okay with it, but the fact he underhits it, and we said about Marcella, how his ball carrying ability just to allow Slovakia to grip the pitch.
Yeah, Marcelli at Slovan Bratislava since a young age, and well experienced now at senior level too. He's been in action on the European stage in recent weeks as well for his club. As Slovakia now try and find a way through this Irish defence for the second time this evening. Inside it comes, and Hayoski will get a shot away here, and that's well saved by Shawnee when he struck that well. And now Ireland looking to go on an instant counter. Ball down towards Melia. Giddy will pick it up.
Yeah, you can see just as soon as Noah Johnny gets it in his hands, he's looking to release Mason Melia. It's a half chance on the edge of the box.
Hayoski picked up a good position.
Yeah. In fairness to McCarthy, he went with the run. He went with the run, the Goidosh down the side, and he tracked them, and then Adam Murphy's on his way over again, and whether Mullen can drop back in, or you might need Rocco Vata just to cover back in on that particular case. Well walked move from Slovakia.
Johnny belts it downfield. Giddy again picks up the second ball. Here is that chance again, Graham.
It's a really good dummy. He knows he's there, so he just lets her run over him. Marcelli.
Throw that goes for Ireland again. Vata's after this one. Defender eventually does enough. That was Palachak. Awkward one to deal with.
It wasn't the worst pass again. Murphy just comes around. Great little set. Ireland were squeezing up. You had nowhere else to play. Either go back to the goalkeeper or you go long. Good run from Rocco Vata. Again, you just deal with it.
The Banquo's header away. Giddy came to meet it in the middle for Slovakia, and then spinning away from the challenges, Riznic. Banka does really, really well, matched him stride for stride, and then wins Ireland a free kick.
Brilliant pace and power from Abanka. He gets done on the foursome, but his recovery pace, brilliant. Gets Ireland the free kick again. Again, he wins the first header. Jamie Mullen comes back around. He knows Giddy's going to come behind him and try and win it. He just has to get his body in the way, control it or take a foul.
He will try to control that, but Cope, the defender, just with a nudge in the back as it came forward. And consider the move that Mason Mealy will be making very shortly towards Spurs in the coming months. This man James Abanka too to Udinese in recent years as well. And then with that funding coming through during the week, it's an indication of what can happen.
Again, Slovakia players are probably all in full-time clubs from the ages 15, 16 onwards. The lads are touching on it. The big gap at the moment in our contact hours is probably from the age of 15 to 18, and we just can't compete with any teams around Europe. With the funding coming in, it gives you the staff, and hopefully it can go into the staff to allow us to match them contact hours throughout Europe, build up your facilities, and then you just constantly produce players. And the finances you receive from producing them players gets reinvested back into the clubs, and it just starts that wheel turning. And this investment is that just big turn of that wheel to get it up and running. And once it's up and running and the right people are in the right places and the finances going to the right people, the kids should develop, the players should develop, because the talent is here.
And Ireland would look to further underline that by qualifying for the European Championships at under-21 level and take place in Albania and Serbia next time around. Slovakia hosted the 2025 edition. They finished third in the group stages behind Spain and Italy. They were ahead of Romania. They actually beat Romania in the group stage. And a couple of players from that squad remaining with the under-21s this time around, though the loss of Mario Sawyer tonight is a big one for Slovakia. And his brother Leo has been playing at under-21 level as well, but he's graduated to the senior ranks. Banquet gets away with that one, goes through the challenge and then finds Melia. And Ireland have done well to retain it. This is Jadakiki, gets the pass towards Melia, just tangled with the ankle, it looked like, of Danny Hill, and Slovakia get the free kick.
Yeah, he's a little bit unlucky. Ireland get away with it. James Abanka does well on the far side because he has to beat his fullback. Then he goes straight into Melia. Melia links up well with Jadakiki on the far side, but Rocco Vata is probably a little bit too far away on this side. If Mason goes that far into that channel, he needs to become more central, and then then Ireland can go straight into him, or obviously try and play him through on goal if he's making that run from outside to in.
Graham competing for this one, does well. Hagbu. Graham. Slater towards Murphy. Slovakia win it back. And there's the foul on Tadeusz Hajowski.
Does well just to get his body in the way. Again, what Ireland are trying to do is nearly there, but as soon as Adam Murphy's touch doesn't allow him to play long, either Slater or Vata need to recognise that and just stand for him, and then he can just pop it around the corner.
In fact, there was a hand in the air on that occasion. The referee has spotted it too. It'll be a Slovakia free kick. Certainly the players were calling for that, and Slovakia get the decision.
I'm not sure what he means to do it. He's just probably jumped on the wrong stride and his hand comes up, but he needs to just not worry about it and get back in and defend.
So free kick for the visitors midway through the opening half now at Turner's Cross. Here comes the delivery from Artur Gajdos. Listed in over the top. Graham watched that one all the way. Now Ireland will try and get themselves back up the park as the possession finds its way to Adam Vidana. Gadosh back towards Samuel Giddy. Switching the play over to the far side. There's a lot of space over there, but the pass hasn't gone to plan.
Gadosh is making that run, and Bank was going with him, and it's freeing up Riznik on that side. And it's a couple of times that they've just hit the switch. This time they overhit it. They're just trying to run everybody underneath it, and then Riznik is staying out on the touchline. And just looking to hit that diag to him. The game settled down after Frank to start.
2 goals inside the first 4 minutes. Ireland falling behind early on, but hitting back through Jamie Mullins to bring themselves level. And they'll be aware of how significant this fixture will be in the overall context of the group. It's a loose pass into the midfield, and Slovakia have won it back. Miowski doing some good work, and now Giddy, who returns the favour to Ireland by giving it straight to the home team. And now Murphy racing forward. Milia's looking for it, so too to Rocca Vata, and he does get the shot away, Vata. Parmesy behind in the end for a goal kick.
Yeah, we mentioned before the game, Adam Murphy's running power. He nicks this one. It's not a great pass from Slovakia. Probably a little bit light on that pass across. Rocca Vata does really well just to come in and nick it. Has he really settled it down before he can have a shot? It looks like it's under his feet a little bit. Can he just stud it down to the grass and then look to combine with somebody else? He just takes the shot on. But good break from Ireland.
Slovakia trying to work it out from the back. Ireland pressing up now through Vata down in the corner. And they've managed to get their foot on it through Slater. Can he get a hold of it here? He's done really well. Murphy towards Vata. The referee has called the play. The Slovakian player remained down just as it opened up for Ireland too. The home supporters not terribly happy with that decision.
He's holding his head, so it's obviously a head injury. That's why the referee stopped it. But Slater does well because he goes into the initial one. Pavic nutmegs him. You see it here, he just pops through his legs. Then he nudges him, and then this bit here, you see the arm comes up and catches him on the side of the head. But you're right, his hand. Then Ireland are away.
Ball had found his way to Rocco Vata, but the referee's whistle intervened. Hugo Pavic okay to continue, and away we go again now with Sean Graham. Banquet. Mullins closed down in the middle, trying to hold on to it here. Well, he's being bundled over in any case by Danny Hill.
We said that 10 minutes ago, that if he just secures them, and he secures it well enough, and they come in and they're a little bit too robust, it's a foul. It goes back to the touch he had at the very first minute, where he just popped it through a gap and he's away.
Murphy goes to the return. Good strength from Murphy. And now looking for the pass in behind. It's a good effort as well. Kiki was making the run. Well covered on the part of Mate Riznic. Slovakian players remain down here. Play continues with Riznic. Miowski, and that's a little bit short. The goalkeeper came for, then the referee's whistle sounded. And the home supporters not terribly happy with that either.
It's for the initial foul on Miowski. He tried to play advantage, and for some reason he then pulls it back for the injury as the ball's on its way back to the goalkeeper. It's a strange decision from the referee. He should either give the free kick there.
Miowski, I think, did he try and get up?
He does, yeah. He gets back up after it. It's a clash of knees,
yeah, clash of knees with Cathal McCarthy. But then the pass back to the goalkeeper was a little bit loose. That was the initial ball towards Akiki.
Yeah, brilliant from Adam Murphy again. The running power. Once he gets to the other side, he's just going to keep motoring. The pass a little bit under here again. You see it here, this long back pass where it just cuts out. Mason Amelia reads it and clashes with the goalkeeper.
Tadeusz Miowski looks like he'll be okay to continue, able to make his way over to the sideline himself. He's taken on a little bit of treatment. And it'll be a Slovakia free kick.
That's a very long advantage for the ref to go back and give that.
Kioski just waiting to come back onto the pitch on the far side. Meantime, Slovakia win the ball in that attacking third. Riznic doing well. Gets it in towards Adam Grieger. Ireland win it back through Mullins. Kioski back on the field now is Samuel Giddy. Takes it for the visitors. Ireland retreating towards the edge of their own area. Giddy. Marcelli. Slovakia finding some space here in the long range shot coming in too. It was well struck by Nino Marcelli. And that's gone out for a corner.
Yeah, he'd worked in an overload on the far side. He ended up being Graham and Okagbu just ended up marking one player when one of them maybe needs to edge out and help one of the midfielders. You just get caught numbers wise and it frees Slovakia up to get a strike on goal.
So defending for Ireland to do. Noel Shawnee organising things in front of him. Mason Melia back there in a defensive position as well.
You see Ireland, that sort of semi-zone of the three centre-backs along the 6-yard line. There's only one out with Jamie Mullins.
Gaidosh, right-footed. This is in there, over the head of everybody. Michael's after this one now, over towards the sideline. He's managed to get control of it as well. That's brilliant from James Abanqua. And Slovakia win it back. Grieger getting involved. Murphy now for Ireland. Manages to win his team a throw-in.
Goes well, Murphy. Comes back round.
Slovakia squeezed right up here as Graham gets ready to take this throw-in. Launches it down the line. Forward by Palicek. Half an hour played. All square under the lights at Turner's Cross. Long range shot from Danny Held, deflected in off Mason Melia to give Slovakia the lead, but Jamie Mullins equalising for Ireland less than, well, almost a minute later. All of that happened inside the opening 5 minutes. Down, it drives that one downfield.
Marcelli was trying to make that run across the back line. I think the goalkeeper just goes too early with the kick out. Marcelli gets a little block as he's running across. Just makes his way back to Noajani.
Graham. Cogbu helps it towards a banker again. Goes route one this time, down towards Melia. Beaten to the header by Jakubko. Kiki.
It's a great battle between Jakubko and Mason Melia so far.
Kiki trying to work his way in from a pretty tight position along the sideline. Loses out this time. And Samuel Giddy spots the pass perhaps in around the back. One for Marcelli to chase.
Surprised at him swinging on this so early. It was a really good ball from Giddy. No pressure on him in midfield, just lifts his head, pops a wonderful ball. Surprised he didn't just get control of it and go for a 1v1 with Graham. He has him in the box and he touches a penalty.
Jana Kiki after this one. All the way back to the goalkeeper again. Melia, the furthest Irish player forward now. Slovakia trying to work it out from that corner. Kagbu comes and meets that with the header. Giddy picks it up again. He's becoming more prominent, Samuel Giddy.
He's making his way into the game. He's just finding ways to get on the ball. And then he's starting to play forward a little bit more, which would be a worry for Ireland. And Jamie Mullins get a little bit closer to him. That's what we're talking about. McCarthy following him in.
Commits the foul this time. And Slovakia with the free kick back inside their own half.
Both McCarthy and Adam Murphy just need to have better angles to get on the ball a little bit more. It's brilliant when you get on it and then it links and then Adam Murphy can burst onto it, and you saw a couple of them surging runs.
Long one forward here, and Slovakia were favourites to get there first, but James Abanko has done brilliantly again to shield away the challenge of Mate Riznic and win himself a free kick.
Riznic is sharp, but over the distance, James Abanko his recovery pace is unbelievable. You saw it there. Riznic actually starts looking for him 5 yards before the ball, just trying to get a block on him.
Yeah, Banko's been busy so far, but equal to the task again this time around. Throwing his ball down towards Melia, finds his way towards Akiki. No way past Samuel Giddy. There's Abanko again.
Yeah, I'm sure the lads will touch on it in the studio. It's brilliant once it's gone forward and then it comes back and Murphy's bursting onto it when he intercepts ones. But can he actually be part of the build-up play where they're collecting it off the back, the centre-backs or the full-backs, and then going around the corner, and then Murphy runs off that one. McCarthy might play around the corner into Mullen and Murphy can run off it.
Surely has to come and put his right boot through that one. Amelia helps win the flick on, and now Hakiki, he has his head up, couple of bodies to aim at in the middle. Hakiki tries to get it across, can't quite manage it, but he will get a corner.
Brilliant flick from Mason Melia. He gets across well, he knows where Hakiki is, he flicks it out to him, and then he's away. But the bodies Ireland can get in the box. Rocco Vata's making it, Jamie Mullen's making it, Murphy's circling the box. Mason's back in there. He's unlucky, Hakiki. He just tries to shift and then get across on it.
So Jamie Mullins now with the corner for Ireland. 10 minutes to go to half-time at Turner's Cross. Puts it in. Graham is peeled off here, gets the header as well. Piowski cleared it away for Slovakia, picked up by Murphy. Lifts it back in around the back. Here's a chance. Vata struck it well, the flag is up in any case. Well worked from Ireland though.
Two well worked ones. Graham's original one, he's looped around the back to get a block on his marker and he tries to head it back across, he just can't get to the seconds. This is a really good ball back in from Murphy. And it's Jadon Kiki just gets a little block on his man and allows the shot away on goal. Unfortunately for Ireland, the flag goes up.
Slovakia put the ball out of play. Ireland now have it back, looking to build some pressure as half-time approaches. Adam Murphy. Back to Sean Graham, and now the Kagbu. Graham was looking for Vata. Didn't quite come off, but he will pick up the second ball here again. Vata's flick on for Melia to chase. Goalkeeper alive to the danger. Battling for this one again. Mate Riznic was there. Kruger as well. And now bringing it away is Colin McCarthy. Graham. Down towards Jacob Slater once more. Slovakia win it back. There's the Irish energy though in the final third, trying to close the visitors down. They've managed to win it back again with Rocco Vata picking it up. Still has Slater for company. Vata's ball across, two players in there. Hakiki was one of them, Mealy the other. Slovakia defend it well. Now looking to go down the other end.
It's a good sustained period for Ireland. They've kept them in. They've recycled it a couple of times, and even when the seconds come out, they're all getting bodies across. Jamie Mullen, McCarthy come back and win it again, and they're just sort of putting a bit of pressure on Slovakia just before half-time.
Great ball from Graham, finds the run of Slater. Now Vata. Murphy. Slater once more.
That's what I'm looking for, McCarthy, just to make that distance instead of allowing Giddy to come up against him. Just come off him 5 yards and give him that angle so he's not facing his back to goal.
Well, Ireland have coughed it up, and here comes Slovakia now. Marcelli out to that wide area. Banker again was back there, and he's won himself a free kick. Danny Hill was there for Slovakia.
Again, good recovery from Ireland. He copped it up. That's what I'm trying to touch on it a little bit and explain it. McCarthy can't be receiving the ball, he's back to goal too much. He has to be on the half turn to see where the danger is. That's exactly why, because he gets caught, and then when the pressure comes, he coughs up the pass. Slovakia are away. Banquet does really well because he tucks in originally, and I think he catches Gaidosh with an arm, and that's why he's gone down. But then he obviously is in the position to make the recovery tackle, but he's took a sore one. But I think he'd be all right. Just looking for that little bit of... Oh, he's booking him for the
previous challenge, yeah. So James Abankwah into the book. But looks like he'd be okay to continue here. Took a sore one there as he got back to intervene for Ireland on the edge of his own area.
This is the one here. You see when he just comes in, hits him with his arm.
And Arthur Gaidosh, the referee, going back to book Abankwah for that. Gaidosh back up on his feet, but it will be an Irish free kick back on the edge of their own area. Will they be happy enough, Graham, do you think, so far, Ireland?
Yeah, I think so. Again, we can see that Slovakia technically are good, really good players. Giddy coming back in, he didn't play in the last game, and he's a controlling influence for them. He gets on the ball, he's been more prominent as the games wore on. But we know we can, from an Ireland point of view, it looks like we can hurt them. We've got the power and the pace up front as well, and in transitions when we win it back. But our recovery runs from our defenders, in fairness, a Banquet in the corner, we haven't got blistering pace that can really hurt us up the top end of the pitch.
Mullins almost got away that time, but he's got himself a free kick.
It's quite an even game.
Very little to choose between them. With 5 minutes to go to half-time now. Turner's cross. Banquet sends it forward, looking for Amelia. Amelia inside the area, goes down under the challenge. Referee had a good view.
Book him.
He's going to book Mason Amelia. He took his time, the match referee, but Amelia goes into the book. We'll get another look at this, Graham. What's your initial reaction?
I think Yakubko knows he's going to get a touch before him and just steps away. He doesn't swing a leg. It looks like he's going to do his right leg, but does he catch him on the studs enough? It didn't look like everyone was appealing for it.
Well, Mason Amelia into the book. It's a good ball forward to find him.
Brilliant ball down the side, and he wants the contact. I've no issue with that. He wants it, but if it doesn't come, you just got to stay up.
Graham gets that one forward from the free kick. Another ball tunted forward. Kagbu got the touch on that, but Slovakia winning in the middle again. First time ball for Marcelli then to chase, but Johnny picks it up for Ireland.
It's actually a really good starting position from Johnny, because Ireland were man for man. Slater had jumped on this side really well, and Graham had come over, and everybody had slid. So then what happens is your spare man becomes your goalkeeper, and that was Noah Johnny became your sweeper.
Look very assured for Ireland so far in this campaign. Noel Johnny, his dad Stefan, having played in the League of Ireland in the past.
Yeah, I've known Noah since he was 10. He was playing for Home Farm second team, and we brought him over to Shamrock Rovers as a kid, and he was excellent. And it was his temperament that just stood out. Always wanted to learn and always wanted to get better. Didn't think he'd grow to 6'5". But yeah, he's doing great, and full credit to him and his family.
Playing with Brest now. And doing very well for the Republic of Ireland as well over the last couple of fixtures in this qualifying campaign. Trying to find a way out from the back. That was looking for Slater. Didn't quite find its way through, and it's actually ricocheted nicely for Slovakia. And Ioski has a chance here. Runner on the outside as well. Here's a big opportunity, and Johnny called into action again. Repels the effort that came in from the left boot of Mate Riznic.
Yeah, it's sloppy pass from a banquet across the pitch. Again, it comes from, I think Adam Murphy needs to disconnect and take the ball then. Just have their angle, but then they're away. A bank again gets tucked inside. Riznic hits a shot, but again, it's a save that I expect Nowajani to make at the front post, but it's one he has to make, and now you have to defend the corner.
Marta Gaidosh will whip this one in. Take it away, Matt. And there's a player, Free Marcelli, on the edge of the area as well. He's in acres of space. More direct delivery, headed away by Graham, but here is Marcelli. Gets the shot away! It's another deflection! Would you believe it? A second goal for Slovakia. And the visitors hit the front shortly before the break in almost identical fashion, the way in which they took the lead earlier on in this first half. It's Ireland 1, Slovakia 2.
Yeah, you deepened a lot, and they left a lot of space on the edge of the box. Marcelli just hits a pot shot. I don't think who it hits when it's on its way through, because it just goes through a lot of bodies. It's McCarthy, I think, but Rocco Vata can't run past that. You know, he's thinking that he might play another pass, but he just has to stay down the line of the ball. If he shifts the ball again, it's up to the next person to get out. He can't run past Marcelli. Yeah, just wrong foots Nowajani, and finds it trickles into the bottom corner, and just before half-time as well.
Well, Marcelli has been to the fore for Slovakia in this first half. He's got a goal now to go along with it. And the Republic of Ireland find themselves behind again. Both goals coming from huge deflections for the visitors in this first half. And now Jim Crawford's team have to try and come from behind again. And they were having a good period prior to that goal as well.
It was their best spell. Like you said, they hadn't sustained attacks. They had got down the left-hand side a little bit down the right-hand side. Obviously, Mason's pass down the side where he's trying for a penalty. But again, I just feel that if Ireland are going to get a stronghold in the game, Murphy and McCarthy need to get on the ball a lot more and dictate the play. And it's just their angle to receive needs to be a little bit better and allows them to play forward. They need to get Jamie Mullen in the game. He's such a good player technically, and he's brilliant in tight areas. But they haven't been able to really feed him bar the first 5-10 minutes of this match.
Here he is in the midfield. And that ball down nicely. 2 minutes of added time. We've almost played the first of those now. There's Vata, sends it towards Slater again. Vata once more. Graham. Slater. Vata. Tried to slide it through for Mullins, but it finds its way back towards Akagbu. Slater. Now Graham. How does that alter the halftime team talk for Jim Crawford?
Look, when they went the goal down, we probably said don't panic as well. There's a lot more to go, and they scored within 5 minutes of that. I think they feel they're a little bit unlucky in the sense of injustice that the goals have been sloppy. They defended the first ball well. The second ball, they need to get better at defending that one. They're giving up a lot of space on the edge of their own box without the numbers there to cover it, and that's allowed them to get shots away. But I feel if they can get Jamie Mullins into the game more, they can get Mason into the game more. Jad Hikiki's been a little bit quiet on the right hand side, and they can get Vata into the game a little bit more. They have a chance here.
Well, there's the half-time whistle from our match referee, Lionel Chudi of Switzerland, and the Republic of Ireland heading for the dressing rooms behind here at Turner's Cross. Daniel Danihel opened the scoring for Slovakia with a big deflection from Mason Melia in the very early stages. Ireland managed to get themselves back on level terms through Jamie Mullins shortly after, but that man there, Nino Marcelli, giving Slovakia the lead heading in at the break with that strike from outside the area. That too was deflected in. So the half-time score at Turner's Cross, the Republic of Ireland 1, Slovakia 2. We're back with half-time analysis very shortly.
Bit of a crazy start to this encounter at Turner's Cross, not in a good way from an Irish point of view at first, but they looked as if they had weathered that early Slovakian storm, only for that storm to hit again late on in the opening half. It's been pretty helter-skelter down in Cork. It is Slovakia who are on top in this European qualifier at under 21 level, but only just leading by 2-1. What a start.
The worst possible start, Joanne, yeah, because obviously we were looking forward to the game, looking forward to the performance in terms of what they would bring, and to fall behind so early. And Slovakia did start the game quite well. I know it's only the opening couple of minutes, but they did actually start on the front foot. But this is so unfortunate. Once the lad cuts inside, Danny Hell gets a shot off with his left foot. It's probably going wide. Mason Melia, in fairness to him, Joanne, he's just trying to block it off with his head. He can do absolutely nothing about it. It's just one of those unfortunate circumstances. But to be fair to the lads, after falling a goal behind so early in the game, they showed a great response to get themselves back into the game so early as well. So I think Jim will be delighted with that, but that was just an unfortunate situation for Melia.
And we heard Graham say time and time again in that commentary how he wants to see more of Jamie Mullins on the ball. We were only 4 minutes in and he displayed just wide, didn't he?
Yeah, and that's the big thing. Like, Ireland would have had a game plan and then they go 1-0 behind, and you can see long throws are now back in the game, but they keep it alive. Jadid Kiki is fighting for the ball and Jamie's just in that perfect position. Clean strike. It's a fantastic response, and Jim will be delighted with that, because you know you've got that game plan, you go 1 behind, you're disappointed, but look, the intent was there from the start. They've gone after him and they get the reward straight away with an equalising goal.
How difficult to finish is that?
It's comfortable for a player of his ability. It's a clean
Easy
strike.
peasy.
Yeah, just keep your head over the ball. Don't try and burst it. But it's a fantastic strike. But it was the response Ireland needed. It's just, you could see after conceding after a couple of minutes, the place went a bit flat. The intent was there. They were pressing high. They were getting after Slovakia, and then they got their rewards.
They did, but that second goal, because they seemed to be in a really comfortable place from then on, but that second goal must have been such a killer.
Yeah, it's such a sucker punch right before half-time, Joanne, because there wasn't much in the game, but this is so avoidable, where once the header comes out, Rocco Vata has to do so much better, Joanne. He's running out to Marcelli, who we earmarked before the game as a dangerous player. But look at Rocco Vata. He gets there. He does all the hard work to get there. Just stand your ground then, and the lad probably doesn't take the shot. Why he's running past him, I'll never know, Joanne. Makes it so easy for Marcelli. Of course, it takes the deflection. Wrong foot's the goalkeeper, and it's unfortunate after that. But whereas we were more sympathetic towards the first goal, that's so avoidable, and it's not good enough from Rocco Vata, to be honest with you.
The biggest one is, right, it comes off the back of the set piece. The edge of the box is free, which Ireland will be aware of because of Slovakia's set piece and what they're doing. You will have assigned players to get out to the ball, and Rocco just runs past him. He's got to know better. You've got to be brave, you've got to get in front of him, and you've got to stop the shot. Even the next one, after Rocco does that, Jad turns his back to it. You've got to be brave, and it's in these fine moments in these games. That's just on the stroke of half time. Now Jim and his staff will have a totally different team talk, where they're now going to have to come out in the front foot again and go after Slovakia.
And they've put in so much work in that opening half. Hopefully they can do even better in the second and get a goal or two back. Someday of sport on RT2 tomorrow. That hurling semi-final from Tipperary, live from 4 o'clock. The Republic of Ireland's trip to Portugal from 7. Then there should be a hint of vengeance in the Lansdowne Air when Armenia arrive for Tuesday's game, also at 7 o'clock. We're waiting the teams for the second half of this under-21 European qualifier. Slovakia with a 2-1 lead over Ireland, but having been so flat in Tallaght the last time we saw this Irish team in action against Andorra, they looked very different in that first half, did they not?
No, totally. Like the way Jim has set them up, they're on the front foot. Slovakia have looked to roll the ball out from goal kicks, and the entire time Ireland have been on the front foot. They've been aggressive. And you see here on screen, it's just these moments now where a player of Rocco Vata's capabilities has to be doing better. He has to be hitting the target. But you see here, look, James Abankwah at the front foot. That's David Ogabo. Like it's they're on the front foot. They're aggressive. They're winning the ball high up, which puts Slovakia on the back foot. Here, like Alan, we spoke about it. You'd like to see Mason Milo have a shot or test the keeper early.
Yeah, he needs to get a shot off there, Amelia, because he's done so much well. And this one, to be fair to Murphy, we speak about levels, and he's done quite well in the game, Adam Murphy, but he passed the play to pass earlier, Joanne, to give Vata the best opportunity. But this is the one David was picking out just in terms of their press.
Yeah, it's just quickly, you can see that like Mason sets the tone by pressing, then everyone jumps up. On the left of your screen now, you've got Sean Grehan, who's the left side of centre-back. Look how high up he is. So the Ireland are on the front foot. They're trying to squeeze the game. They're trying to get pressure. That referee's had a nightmare first half. And they're on the front foot. They're taking the game to Slovakia. They're trying to win the ball high up. Now, the only danger is that spaces will be left behind. But
especially as they get more tired.
I wouldn't. These boys are fit. They're capable, but it's the starting positions. If it's Sean going high, David then, and then obviously James has got to be round. Keeper's got to have a good starting position, that they're alive for those balls. We've seen once or twice when Ireland have stepped up, the keeper's gone direct and in behind. We've won every foot race in the first half, but it's going to be even. As we attack the shed end and they come the other way, the ball will hold up.
The most notable difference, really, Joanne, you spoke about it, about how flat they were in Tala. We covered the game against Moldova as well, and we spoke before the match about the longer these players play together, you can see the difference. I think we've already seen that in the 45 minutes, and they started off on the front foot, as David just outlined there. And they're a better team when they're like that. Most Irish teams are, Joanne. That's what we do. When you're up and at people in their faces, putting pressure on them, and then you're winning a higher up and you're getting maybe. The only one that probably is disappointed, I think there's more to come, as I said at the start, from Vata. Hekiki's not really in the game. He was probably their best player in the last two. Melia's ran himself into the ground already after only 45 minutes, but I think Jim will be happy enough with the first half performance. Just the two goals, particularly the second one, was so avoidable, Joanne.
And of course we saw Trent Coney-Doherty come on at half time. Now he's not coming on this time and make such a big difference the last day, and also obviously Michael Noonan came on and grabbed the goal as well. So the substitutions in the second half going to be very, very interesting. Let's head back for it then and rejoin Graham and Call.
Thank you, Joanne. Almost set to go now for the second half. Doesn't look like there'll be a change to either team at the start of this second period, as Slovakia get ready to try and build on that 2-1 advantage that they've got for themselves after those pair of goals in the opening half. Graham, are you expecting anything vastly different from Ireland in this second half?
I think I agree with the lads. I think they need to get Jadakiki in the game a little bit more and Vata in the game a little bit more, but how do you get them into it? Can they feed them where it's and get Jamie Mullins in the game a little bit more, but where they're being fed from, can they be fed from the midfielders so that they can take the first touch and get at fullbacks rather than fullback feeding them where they have to back the goal? So that's what I'd like to see from Ireland, that the midfielders are getting on a bit more and feeding it in front of the likes of Vata. Then you can get an overlap from Slater on that side. James Abankwah on this side, not sure he'll overlap as much, but he'll back up Jadakiki.
As Joanne mentioned, plenty of options on the bench for the Republic of Ireland. Trent Coney-Doherty, Michael Noonan, Alex Murphy there as well, for Jim Crawford potentially to turn to as the second half progresses. It's Ireland from left to right as we look at it in this second period. And there's a big 45 minutes for Jim Crawford's team. Still early on in the campaign, but this game was always circled as one of the bigger ones, as these two sides vie for one of the leading positions in the group. There's an early free kick.
It is. Again, a bit sloppy from Vata. He comes in off the line and you expect him just to take control of that. I think he's already on the move and hasn't got the ball under control, and it just bounces off him. And Slater's away on that side. Just needs to take better care when he comes in off the line.
So Irish free kick in a good area as well. They sent forward quite a few bodies here as Jamie Mullins gets ready to whip it in. The Irish goal scorer drives this one across. Akanji was rising for that one. It's found its way towards Grehan inside the area. Back towards Murphy. Grehan again combines with Murphy once more. He does well to get it across. McCarthy's flick as well almost came off. The goalkeeper alive to the danger.
Murphy does brilliantly well here. He just keeps it alive on this side. Graham does well, and he comes out. He just plays a little give and go down the side. Digs the cross out. I think they're expecting maybe him to play it out for it and try and get a corner out of it. McCarthy's in the box. Excuse me. Tries a little flick on it. But yeah, good early pressure from Ireland.
Colin McCarthy, having made his debut for Hull City earlier on this season, and featured for Ireland in that game against Andorra at Tallaght Stadium last time out. And that flick almost engineering a big chance for Ireland, but comfortable in the end for the Slovakian goalkeeper Adam Ridana. And now the visitors down the other end with a throw-in. Pavek doesn't quite have the range that Sean Grehan had in the early stages of the first half. He won't go the direct route here. Ireland with plenty of bodies back in a defensive position. McCarthy was actually one of them, and he wins his team a free kick.
Yeah, he does well just to get out front there. Can he just keep playing quicker and just play, get the ball moving, build that momentum up? This is where you need McCarthy and Murphy to get on the ball, start getting the midfielders into it, and that'll free up space for Jamie Mullins to get on it.
Graham plays it short to Kagbu, and now a Banqua. There's Vata. Good initial touch, and now he's away. Support on the outside here from Mullins. Up towards the edge of the area, flicks it through towards Akiki. I guess the finish all wrong. I think Slovakia felt that popped up and hit his hand.
Looks like he controls it with his hand. Brilliant from Rocco Vata. That's what we're talking about. Comes in off the line, takes care of the ball, links it with Jamie Mullins. Great little through ball from Mullins. You see, he just tries to pass. Push, not sure if it's a push into the back. But yeah, he has to finish then, Akiki. He has to hit the target at least. Yeah, has hit his hand. He would have done well to get away with that if he had finished it.
A chance for Ireland, and now Slovakia with the goal kick. They too will know how important the next 45 minutes or so will be.
Brilliant pressure from Ireland. You can see they're just waiting on it. They're waiting on it to go short, and you know that once they push it to that right-hand side, as David Moyler touched on, they're all going. Slater's pushed up, the back three slide across, and they're covered. And then Noah Jani's position is the one that if they do go long, he's the sweeper.
That's a Slovakian throw-in on the far side. Ireland have been involved in some late drama here at Turner's Cross in previous qualifying campaigns 2 years ago. They played Turkey here. They won that one by 3-2, with a late goal on that occasion, earning Ireland all 3 points. They dearly love all 3 tonight as well. England to come in the next international window for the Republic of Ireland next month. It's their only game in this window. Slovakia do have another fixture against Moldova coming up. Down it goes towards Rieger. Kagbu does well. Banqua then lifts it forward. Headed away by the captain, Yakupo.
It's a really good header from Yakupo. Giddy's on his way around, just cleaning her up from him. He knows he's going to be there and pops it down.
There's the squeeze from Ireland again. Good work from Melia that time. And this might be a chance for Graham with a long throw, and he's coming over to take it.
Looks like he does, yeah. But again, it's a 21s game. They're young players. They're going to have to handle the pressure at receiving the ball. But when Ireland do squeeze and have that intensity to them, are they willing to try and keep playing out? You see it there. They put it out of play, and Ireland get a chance from a set piece to put it in the box, which is where they scored their first goal from.
There's the near post over the head of a Banqua. Murphy headed away for Slovakia by Danny Hope. And then Giddy in there, still not clear for Slovakia. And Mullins with a lovely touch to bring it under control. Now needs some support here. Eventually just runs out of pitch. Slovakia throwing.
He needed someone to bring it down, but he just had no options once that happened. I think he was thinking about going all the way back to Nowajani in the goal. In trouble here, Ireland.
And now Slovakia down the other end. Riznic goes down by a Banquet, does get it across in the end, and it's a good ball too. And here's a chance. Big opportunity for Hajovsky. He's had one or two already, and he didn't get the finish right this time.
Just bangs a really long cross into the box. He gets lucky with the first one. I think it might have been, I'm sure if it was McCarthy or Slater or Graham, just turns his back on it and it rebounds up off his leg and allows him to get the second strike on a Hajovsky, but he blazes it over the bar.
It's a let-off for Ireland. Big opportunity for Hajovsky. And the home team find a way through, get themselves back on level terms. Hagbu towards a Banquet. This time Slovakia's turn to press Ireland. Johnny gets involved. And now Greg up towards Melia.
Needs to be there, Melia. That's the one time they do go around the corner. He has to be there. He has to step across and take the hit off the defender. If he comes through him, it's a free kick. Or else the hook around the corner has to be bigger and it gives him a run on goal.
The Banquet finds a Kiki. Mullins back towards Hagbu. He was under pressure. The ball just about found its way out, but Slovakia have won it. Marcelli helps it off. Hajovsky. Havoc. Good defending from Graham. As Gaidosh was looking to control that one. Punted forward now. Melia wins the initial header and Akiki gets it down. That's good from Ireland. Mullins now has support on the outside. Rocco Vada here for Ireland. Inside the area. Just gets it caught on his feet. And Giddy's back there to tidy it up for Slovakia.
The initial play from Ireland is brilliant. Once it lands at Hakiki's feet or away, little flick inside to Mullins is brilliant. He then gives Rocco 1v1. This is what we're talking about. Can we get them into the game where they're running at fullbacks? But Giddy just does brilliantly well just to get over. There's that extra bit of cover and he cleans up. But can Vata just throw a shift it and get a shot away and see what comes from it? Doesn't really need to beat him. If he's backing off like that, you can just shift it and have a flash shot across the goal.
Encouragement for Ireland, but they need to start making those opportunities count now. There's plenty of time to goal though. As Slater heads that one away, down towards Mullins. Murphy beaten to that one by Adam Grieger, but Ireland do get it in the end. Mullins isn't fouled. That's a good challenge from Gaidosh. Hajovsky heads it back towards Giddy. Ireland trying to squeeze up. There's the foul from Adam Murphy this time on Hajovsky.
He's unlucky, Murphy. He has to go in for it. Giddy just drops it a little bit short. His angle is great, but he just drops it short for Hajovsky. And he has to take a chance to nick that, Murphy. He's right. It's just a little bit unlucky.
See some subs for Ireland starting to warm up now in the background. Perhaps Jim Crawford getting set to turn to his bench to try and turn this tie around. Ball into space, finds Jacob Slater. Down the channel it goes towards Vata, and now things might open up here for Ireland. Vata one-on-one again, second defender joining him. Out it comes towards Mullins again, refuses the shot. Mason Melia can't quite get the room to shoot, and then a Banquet does, but it's well off target.
Again, it's really good play. That's a great ball down the line from Slater. He just bends it down the side. This is what we're talking about, just shift it and play. Really good pick out. Mullen does well here. Can he take it back onto his left and hit it? Because he's not going to be able to open out in the box like that. But for a Banquet to come onto it think his decision making is poor there. I think he could come on and take a touch down the line and try and just flash that across goal for him.
Has opened up for Ireland on the last couple of attacks. They've managed to stitch together some good pieces of play. It's the end product lacking thus far in the second half. Good ball forward from Riznic. Doesn't quite go to plan for Artur Gajdash though. Murphy spreads it away. There is some space emerging in that far flank now for Ireland as Slater picks it up. He's got Vada in support. Slater goes for the return. Vada hangs on to it. Has to come back towards Adam Murphy. Slater again. Vata. Again, Rocco Vata has been involved in the senior setup as well. Much expected of him in the green of Ireland.
He shows moments. He just needs more end product. Like finisher action. He's getting down the line. He has a chance there as well. The 2v2. Can he just shift and get across in the box? He doesn't have to beat anyone. Just drop that shoulder, whip it in. The next time the defender has to get tighter to you, then all of a sudden you can go at him.
Mullins was fouled. Free kick played away quickly, but Ireland lose out. Marcelli back there in a defensive position. Slovakia throwing. Space in the middle here for Tadeusz Bajowski. Matej Riznic. Good turn in the middle, and Slovakia might be away here. Bajowski continued his run. Challenge came in from McCarthy, and now Ireland looking to go down the other end. Vata gets a hold of possession. Good initial touch. Still Rocco Vata for Ireland. Two defenders for company. And in the end, that's a really good challenge from Tobias Padishak to retrieve the situation.
Does well again, Vata. His initial touch, you think, here we go. And then when he comes inside, Mason Melia makes a lovely run. And I think he's just going to slide him in.
Murphy's ball across, goalkeeper doesn't quite connect, and it's there for Jadakiki for Ireland. Jadakiki! Level! Jadakiki keeps his composure at the crucial moment. And the home team give the crowd something to shout about. Ireland 2, Slovakia 2.
He does really well. In fairness, it's really poor from the goalkeeper. He drops it then through his legs, and you can see he's wanting to set Mason Melia, but he never gets the chance to. Then he just decides, I'm going to work the angle and get a shot away. That's even going out of play, and the keeper keeps it in, then drops it, gets stuck under his feet here. You can see he's trying to set it. Then he just says, right, I'll shift it and hit it. Deflection again. Palisak, it hits off, and it's the third deflected goal that's gone in this evening.
But crucially, from an Irish point of view, it's gone in their favour this time. Jadakiki having a great season at club level for Sligo Rovers, and now he's got a goal here tonight for the Irish under-21s, and an important one too. We're all square at Turner's Cross, and there's still half an hour left to play.
He's having a brilliant season, you're right, especially the second part of it. He's been excellent for Sligo. Him and Owen Elding have been a revelation for them, and it's brilliant. The lad said he was quiet. He has been quiet in the first half, and again his decision making there. He's trying to just set somebody, please, somebody come on and finish this, and then he just decides, well, I'll shift it and see what happens, and then you get your own look. But the keeper be kicking himself to let that one drop. I don't know what his body shape is. He twists his body and it just drops, then bounces out through his legs. But it's a little bit of luck that Ireland need, that Slovakia have had.
Jim Crawford getting a chance here to chat to his players, as well as one of the Irish players get some attention on the field. Well, he was probably looking at the bench, Jim Crawford, prior to that goal going in. Question is now, what's the approach for the last half an hour or so? It's Graham that's down.
Ooh, he's just rolled his ankle there. He's just nicked in front of Marcelli. but you can see as he's gone with the outside of his foot, it's nicked, it's costing him, it forced him just to roll over on it. Does he make a change? Does he put James Abanko in and maybe put a more attacking right back on? And then you have, again, you've more support for Jadakiki on this side.
There is Graham still receiving that attention. The supporters now finding their voice here as well. Here are the goals from tonight again. That was the opener from Slovakia all the way back at the start of the game. Mullins drew Ireland level, still inside the opening 5 minutes at that stage. This was shortly before half-time then. Marcelli, another deflection. That gave Slovakia a 2-1 lead, but this time the deflection went in Ireland's favour. Akiki with that left-footed effort in beyond the goalkeeper, and that leaves matters at 2 goals apiece. Sean Graham's back up on his feet. He's not moving particularly well as he makes his way over towards the bench just off camera. There he is. He's going to come back in, but he felt the full effects of that one. Sean Graham, who had an impressive run at Bohemians earlier on this year as well.
Yeah, he done really well, and he probably missed them since he's gone. He's done well to come back on for that, because it looked a nasty one there, the way he just rolled over on it.
Long ball punted forward here from Slovakia, and it's a good knockdown into the middle as well. Collision just on the edge of the area. Ireland having to defend, lifted across over the head of everybody. It came from the boot of Matej Riznic, but collected by Hijovski. Ireland defending with real tenacity. Vata back there, and he's won his team a free kick as well. That's good from Ireland.
He's done really well, Vata. He defended that well because they were caught out a little bit. I don't know if we were just waiting for Graham to come back on. You can see Vata just puts his body in the way, and that's what you have to do, and just get the foul. Gives you a chance to just reset and obviously get Graham back in to see if he's able to continue to. Not sure if Jim's calling somebody down.
There are a couple of Irish substitutes warming up away to our right-hand side just off camera. And Jim Crawford maybe about to turn to his bench here now with 26 minutes left to play, or thereabouts at Turner's Cross. There's Melia. Murphy's header across won't quite get to Slater. And Marcelli nipped in to win it. He's looking for a free kick, but he's not going to get it this time. Graham's ball finds its way towards Slater, and now Vata gets past the first challenge, takes on the shot here. Rocco Vata. You may have seen his name in lights there on that occasion. Right smile from him as well. That was on the ambitious side, shall we say.
I think it hit the lights. He does brilliantly well again. He just gets goal side. First time he's got the other side of Giddy. Then it's just about decision making. Can he just disguise that pass and wrap that into Melia's back foot, give Melia a chance to run into the box? Or else does he just keep driving so he gets closer to goal? And then he can pull the trigger.
Sean Graham's ball clatters into the referee. Bruno Judy from Switzerland. So Jim Crawford is readying a couple of substitutes on the far side, and they will happen shortly. So Jim Crawford turning to his bench, perhaps try and get all 3 points here for Ireland. We're hearing Michael Noonan will be one of the substitutes, and Leon Iyinde is going to come in as well. All the 2 changes that are on the way for the Republic of Ireland.
Again, attacking intent from Jim Crawford. He knows how important this game is, and it might come down to the 2 games against Slovakia to determine who finishes second. And you have to basically make sure you take maximum points in that home fixture.
Melia sent that one forward towards Vata. And now Abanko. Loose pass on this occasion, however. Matej Riznic will gather it for them, and now goes for the return here. Abanko did well to gather it again, helped it back towards Johnny, down towards Akiki. McCarthy just about kept that one in. Slovakia have got it again, and Slovakia, it looks like too, are set to make a couple of substitutions. That's it downfield towards Rieger. Graham won the header, and then Mullins helps it out towards Slater.
Brilliant from Mullins again. Just comes around and picks up seconds. Get him in the game a little bit more and get him facing goal.
Rocco Vada's been very much in the game, hasn't he, since half-time? A good touch on that occasion.
He's coming off the line a lot more, and it's allowing, especially on that side, it's allowing Slater to overlap a lot more. Where James Abankwah sort of backs up the play and sits behind Jedikiki on this side. Where on that side, they want Vata to come in off the line, and they're looking for Slater to be the one that bombs on the outside.
So now we will have these substitutions that Ireland have been trying to make in the last couple of moments. Leon Inde set to come in, and Colin McCarthy, one of the players to make way. Inde, formerly of Cork City, and called into the squad on this occasion. There's Michael Noonan on his way in as well. So that's the double substitution from Jim Crawford at this stage. Big occasion for Leon Inde to come on at Turner's Cross, and Jedikiki, the other player to make way alongside Colin McCarthy. Meantime, here's the free kick now for Slovakia. Graham got the initial header on that, but the visitors will pick it up through Pavek. Gets the ball across as well. Graham's there again. Marcelli couldn't quite control it. Mullins then wins Ireland a free kick.
He does well, Mullins, as well. And look, we said about making a good foul. Marcelli makes a good foul here because Mullins just gets that other side of him, and they're away, and they've runners. Looks like Mullins going to go and sit in and play beside Murphy a little bit, and then Melia and Noonan are just going to play off each other like a 1-2.
Here come the Slovakian substitutions. Hugo Pavek makes way. Timotej Hranica comes in wearing 21. And the other player to go off at this stage is Artur Gajdoš, and he's set to be replaced by Jan Mrgaš for Slovakia, who plays his club football in Austria in the second tier there with Admira Wacker. So he's in, Jan Mrgaš, for the final 21 minutes of normal time. But Ireland will feel as though they have a bit of momentum here. Here is Inde. Does well to hold off the initial challenge, and now it's opened up here. Oh, that's a big opportunity. Rocco Vada was coming in. He struck it well too, but couldn't quite direct it goalward.
Brilliant from Inde. You see he's just strength there to hold him off, and then it's his pace. And he got the quality to pick somebody out. He flashes a wonderful cross across goal. It's a little handball as well that the referee gives advantage for. He just slides that one across. It's a really tough finish for Rocco Vata. All I'd say is, can he get his body over the ball? Even if he just punches it into the ground, that has a chance of going on target and troubling the goalkeeper with all the bodies in front of him.
And the crowd now certainly getting involved as that ball comes towards Noonan, but cleared away by Tobias Talicak. And out for an Irish throw-in.
That's what you want from Inde, because now he has the confidence that he thinks, right, I have the pace to go and beat. But it looks like he's holding the back of his hamstring here.
Well, let's hope that's not that significant, as Ireland try and get the ball down, but Gidi got in there for Slovakia. Now the visitors played away. Marcelli. Well, you can just see there is Leon Inde, and he's not moving particularly well. He has been clutching. Is it the right hamstring? There he goes again.
I don't know, I think it was the action, the sprint that he had, and then the cross, and ever since then he's just been holding it. You can see the hamstring's gone, it's gone. It's not one of those you can run off.
Doesn't look to be moving. Well, you can see him come into view here now, Inde. And Ireland may be forced into another substitution straight away here. And there he goes down. Well, that's terribly unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah.
For Leon Inde, having come in and made such a big impact instantly, creating that chance for Vata.
Like I said to you, he explodes off the bench. He comes 1v1, he's away. You saw all the power he used, and then the pace kicks in. Yeah, just so, as soon as he was jogging back, I could see him just holding the back of his shorts. And I thought, he's feeling this.
formerly of the Cork City Academy, now at Ipswich Town, Leon Inde, had time at Rochdale as well, and his first call up to the under-21s having come into the squad here, but that's a really disappointing way for it to end. Looks like he's in a bit of trouble here.
Again, it just got progressively worse, and you're not running off a hamstring. If there's any type of strain on it, it's not going anywhere. There's certain ones you can play on with, but a hamstring isn't one of them. You can see the disappointment in Jim because it just limits his substitutions for the last 20 minutes as well, but also the impact he had when he did come on.
Paul McShane there as well in conversation as part of the Irish management. So that forces an immediate rejig again of the Irish team. And he is struggling, isn't he, Leon Inde, with that what looks like right hamstring. And the applause of the home support to him, but that'll be a disappointing moment.
Lifting his leg up, you can see he's not even bending it. Yeah. Produced some good young players down the years, Cork, out of their academy. Again, touching on it with the investment, you see what Cork have done. Produced players like Carl O'Sullivan, Matthew Moores at Hoffenheim, Matthew Murray, who's been playing the first team, has been excellent here. But then the ones that you haven't seen, the Uma brothers, one's over, was at Crystal Palace, moved on, and Jaden Uma, who's pulling up trees at Benfica, he's absolutely unbelievable. He's been excellent.
Here comes Slovakia, and ball through, easily collected in the end by Noel Johnny. So 17 minutes to play, probably a chunk of added time at the end of the 90 as well. We've had a few stoppages in this second half. Looks like Ireland will bring in Trent Coney-Doherty now when they get an opportunity. Mullins fouled in the middle by Marcelli, and that might allow that substitution to take place. So here comes this substitution. That is Leon Inde. Really unfortunate for him, having been only on the field a matter of minutes, and he receives the applause of the home support. Let's hope that's not too significant and not as bad as it would look there on screen. And there's Trent Coney-Doherty in again. Came on at Tallaght Stadium last time out last month, and he's in here for the closing stages.
Can he feed him the ball, get it to him early and let him have a run, see if he has the beating of him.
Spoke very well after that game as well. Trent Coney-Doherty against Andorra. There's Slovakia trying to build from the back. There is Doherty closing right up, forcing it out for the throw-in. He's been at Liverpool now a couple of seasons, having moved over from Derry and made his debut for the first team earlier on this year. Involved for Liverpool in the FA Cup. Cleared away by Slovakia. Banquet has to be alive for the danger here. Gets it back towards Johnny. He's under pressure with the run coming from behind of Mate Riznic.
Yeah, I don't think a Banquet thought the danger was that intense, and he was real relaxed getting to the ball, and then he gives Noah not a great pass back for him to deal with. Where if he gets to it a little bit quicker, he can drop it for his right foot, and then Noah Johnny can clear the ball down the pitch.
Riznic with the ball across, and it's fallen nicely in there too, well controlled by Hiovski. Ireland eventually get it under control.
Flash ahead to James Banquet. This looks like a sore one where you see it here. It's a really good ball in. Hiovski has made some really good runs into the box at times, and he's got a couple of shots away, hasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly has. He's had a couple of good chances in this game. Hiovski.
Akagbu done well. David Akagbu does well to just get his body down the line of this one this time. But yeah, I don't think this is they're signaling for the change straight away. That was a nasty headlock. As soon as he took a step, he nearly went down straight away. And now with the protocols in, rightly so, he made the decision, he just needs to come off the pitch.
I think the referee is indicating for a stretcher. Looks like Danny Hill that's down. There is some concern there. He is sitting back up. That's encouraging at least.
Just, yeah.
It was just as he landed after that collision in the air with a banquet. I think they are calling for maybe some more assistance here, potentially a stretcher as well. But they're readying a substitute over there as well, Slovakia. So another stoppage in play here in this second half, in which Ireland have been pretty dominant, I think it'd be fair to say, Graham. They've played a lot of the game in the Slovakia half.
They have, yeah. They've got, I think, like I said, they've got Vata and obviously Jadakiki when he was on a little bit more into the game. Mullins was a little bit more into the game. You saw what he could do in the first 10 minutes of the first half. But Vata's been the one. But if he can just add that final bit of quality, whether he finishes the action, whether it's getting down the side and putting across, getting a shot on goal, you know, through balls, etc. That's the stuff that if he can add that, and even the finish when he gets in on goal as well. But yeah, the game's been played more in the Slovakia half than it has in Ireland. A couple of chances on the break from them, a couple of half shots. But again, Ireland have a lot more momentum in the game. They're playing with a lot more intensity and they're pressing them a little bit higher.
And the stretcher has come on here for Danny Hill. Now he is sitting back up, thankfully. So hopefully this is all just precautionary. And he's able to get himself onto the stretcher as well. Danny Hill, who had that strike early on that gave Slovakia the lead in the very early moments of this game. Deflected in off Mason Melia. But his evening is going to end here, and let's hope that knock isn't as serious as it looked first time around, as he's helped away from the Turner's Cross pitch. So Danny Hill making way, and Slovakia are going to make a double substitution here. The first of them is Jakub Pira coming in for Adam Grieger, and then the player to come in for Danny Hill looks like Filip Mielka. So that's the double substitution right now for Slovakia. Mielka played and started in their last match in this campaign against Moldova last month. All of this will add on a pretty hefty chunk of added time at the end of the 90, you suspect. So we still have quite a distance to go here at Turner's Cross. Ireland hoping that they can find the lead goal to take all 3 points. A Banquet sends it forward towards Noonan, and then Melia tried the first time ball out towards Vata. Didn't quite connect with it as he would like. Murphy able to get control of it now. Giddy for Slovakia. Goal towards Marcelli, but well intercepted by a Kagbu. Nothing really on in front of him. Goes towards a Banquet. Yuznic. Kone Doherty does well. Helps it in towards Melia. Doherty didn't continue his run. Melia thought that he might have Palmisi behind for a goal kick.
I think even if he does continue his run, he's not getting to that. I don't think the angle is on the pass. He tries to go with the outside of his right foot, but ends up hitting a straight pass instead of like more of an angle on it for Kone Doherty to run onto.
Good touch in towards Marcelli, who's fouled by the challenge of Mullins. Free kick for Slovakia.
Them two have just gone at it all evening since Mullins gone into that deeper role. They've had a lot more clashes.
Riznic back towards the substitute, Filip Mielka. Back to the goalkeeper as Noonan closes in. Flick on. He has to race back to get control of it. Does well. Bioski was closing in. Down towards Melia. Headed away by Jakub Ko. Good touch from the other substitute that just came in, Jakub Pira.
Really good reverse ball into him, wasn't he? Ireland were all over that side of the pitch, and he just hits a little reverse into his feet and linked the play. Ireland need to just get the foothold back in the game a little bit.
Yes! Well done, Jacob! Good boy,
Graham closes in with a pretty physical challenge. Doesn't quite win the ball back for Ireland though. Now Ireland trying to squeeze up Adam Murphy. Now Doherty closing in, but Slovakia work it out well towards Mate Riznic. Space in front of him. Out of the turn here is Jan Murgash, and lots of space on the far side here for Slovakia. Ball across, well blocked down by the challenge of Jacob Slater. Moved in quickly. Mullins back there in a defensive position. Graham unable to prevent the corner.
A little bit unorganised here. The Banquet and Mullins just get caught, and it opens up the middle of the pitch. Mullins is covering for a Banquet in the right back position, and then the midfielder ends up being free, and then they switch it out to the right hand side. Rocco Vata switches off as well from a quick throw, but just a little bit dishevelled. Just need to get a little bit organised, get a shake back, and build from there.
Mina Marcelli with the corner for Slovakia. Low trajectory headed away by Vata. Doherty's got it now, trying to bring it clear. Nobody in front of him in a green shirt, and loses out. Slovakia win it back again.
Better from Vata there, like he gets across, gets the tackle in.
Now Slovakia playing a lot of the game of the Irish have.
Stoppages for the Ireland stoppage, the Slovakia stoppage, just taking any momentum that Ireland had out. They just need to relax and get back into it again.
Giddy. Good challenge from a Kagbu. Milius felt the full effects of that challenge, but Ireland had possession with Adam Murphy. Trent Coney-Doherty tries to skip away. No way through this time, but we'll wait for some of the Irish players to come forward, because Sean Graham's going to launch this one into the danger area.
Kagbu's going up, James Abank was going in. He won't score direct off it, it's what they can do off the seconds.
So here comes Sean Graham towards Kagbu. Slovakia defend it well. They try and race out now as the ball comes back towards Slater. He sends it back over towards Rocco Vata. Giddy picks it up again. Does really well to win his team a throw-in.
Yeah, Murphy does well as well to stop the attack. We touched on that one in the first half. You have to overhit them, because otherwise they're just going to break on you, because they're rushing bodies out.
Timotei Ranyika with the throw-in. Ireland pick it up again. No shown towards Graham. Slater. Mullins. And now a Banquet. Trent Coney-Doherty bringing this one in field. Slater has to go back to retain it for Ireland. Well, this is a pivotal few moments coming up in this qualifying campaign. Noonan, first time ball out there. Vata went after it. Slovakia win it back. Graham closes in again. And well, I think he thought that was out for an Irish throw-in, but instead Slovakia get the decision. Diverts it towards a Banquet, who again sends it down that left-hand flank. Noonan's after this one. Shows his strength to hold off the initial challenge, but it's out for a throw-in for Slovakia. Michael Noonan will no doubt be thinking a bit later on about matters at Tallaght Stadium tonight, where Shelbourne actually lead against Shamrock Rovers in the Premier Division by a 1-0. So Noonan may have to wait a little bit longer to be confirmed as a league champion as that ball goes through. Banquet helps it away. And here's Noonan racing after this again. Cleared away by Tobias Palicak. And Ireland have to throw in. This time Vata's going to take it, it looks like.
They haven't really been able to feed Noonan since he came on. He thrives on little balls down the side that he can run onto. He just hasn't been able to get them. Like you said, since the injuries, just Ireland haven't been able to get any sort of momentum or foothold back in the game, even make 4 or 5 passes and then go into the strikers or feed their wingers.
Long throw in again. Ireland make this count. The falls there, they're able to take advantage, and Slovakia now looking to break down the other end. Ireland had sent quite a few bodies forward. Joski, really good touch from him away from Slater, and Slovakia racing forward in numbers here. Ireland having to get back. They've managed to do that, but Riznic has it, lifts it in. Free header in there too. Marcelli couldn't get enough power on it to really trouble the Irish goalkeeper Noel Johnny.
Yeah, it's a really good break. In fairness to Ireland, they recovered really well. That's a free header in the box, so once you do get them recoveries, you have to then attach yourself to somebody. Is he going to score from that distance out? There isn't enough power on the cross, and therefore he's never going to get enough power on the header.
Ireland lose out in the middle again. And there's Slovakia. Might they get the lead goal here? Giddy. Down the central channel they go. Out towards Riznic again. Then Kone Dardy back defending. Palicek out to the way. Murphy trying to defend, goes well. Granica has to turn back, but Liofsky's got inside the area here. There's space here, picks out Marcelli. Oh, somehow that stayed out. Well, Slovakia feel it might have crossed the line. Not sure how it quite happened, but that ball stayed out, and it remains 2-2, and Ireland have possession. Forward it goes towards Noonan. Kumko closes across. Well, I think everybody's stunned by what they've just seen.
I'm trying to work out what happened. Slater goes into a challenge and then obviously he doesn't recover from it. And then they get a run, but he gives them all the time in the world to pick out. Hajovsky it is who then picks out Marcelli.
There's a free kick for Slovakia. Back in their own half, but this is very finely poised right now. Slovakia going closest to getting that all-important lead goal, but it's still all square. They will have quite a sizable time of added time coming at the end too. Trent Coney-Doherty gets it for Ireland, brings it infield towards Murphy. Lots of space on the far side if Ireland can get it there. Graham out towards Slater. Mullins spins away from Giddy, making some good ground here. Went for that short pass towards Vata. Slovakia get it back. Marcelli. The banker does really, really well. And there's a banker over the top for Vata. Trying to get there before it goes out over the end line. Good defending on the part of Tobias Palicek. Well, let's have a look at this again, Graham. Not quite sure how it stayed out.
It took another, it didn't go in. It took 2 deflections on its way through. You see, picks him out the edge of the box, scoops it. It's like a deflection off the tackle, hits Nowajani's head, bounces down and stays out. And in fairness to the assistant on the far side, he doesn't flag. It doesn't go up.
Adrian Fiala coming in for Nino Marcelli for the last 7 minutes or thereabouts. We've 8 minutes of added time at the end of the 90.
It's a strange one because Slater went into a challenge on that side and he came out like he was injured, and he still sort of holding it a little bit, and I thought he's going to run back, and obviously he couldn't.
And now Ireland making a substitution as well. Rocco Vada called ashore by Jim Crawford. And in comes Mark O'Mahony, another man familiar with his surroundings here at Turner's Cross. And he'll look to find a winner over the next 7 minutes or so.
These three of our main strikers on the pitch, Noonan, Melia and O'Mahony. Tony Doherty's going to go and play off the left-hand side, and I think Melia's going to play off the right-hand side, and Noonan's just going to play just off O'Mahony up front. So they have a lot of firepower on. I think it shows how important this game is for Jim Crawford and this Ireland under-21s team.
Banquet waiting for an opportunity and an option to present itself. Eventually does in the form of a Kagbu. And now Graham. Mullins. A Banquet. Sean Graham goes to Slater. Doherty back to Graham again. Well, is there a way through for Ireland here? Best chance of this final period falling the way of Slovakia. Crossbar, and Noah Joni denying them as Melia takes it forward. No way through just yet. Holds off the challenge, however. He's picked up a knock as well. Mullins back to Graham. Slater lifts it in left-footed towards Noonan. Good header away from the Slovakian substitute Mielka, but it's fallen here from Mullins again, and that's an Irish free kick in a very, very good position.
You're right, it was a really good header from Mielka, but Mullins is onto it. On the second ball, he picks it up. Giddy ends up having to give away a foul. Looks like he's got tired as the game went on, Giddy in there. There's a few people looking at it.
Mullins has the ball in hand. Murphy's in there as well.
The centre back, so I was having a look at it and I was thinking, what are you doing? Let the midfielder take it.
Can Ireland make this count? 4 minutes of the 8 added on left to play, as Adam Gridana looks to organise the wall in front of him. So Jamie Mullins for the Republic of Ireland, lining up this in front of him. Very central position.
Put all the centre backs in the wall as well. You know he's not passing from this distance.
So it will be Mullins, right-footed, lifts it up, just couldn't quite get it down in time. Good effort, but just over the crossbar. And now with 3 minutes of added time left to play, Graham, time for your player of the match this evening.
If that had went in, it would have been perfect timing, because I'm going to give man of the match to player of the match to Jamie Mullins. I think he's been excellent. He scored the only goal that didn't need a deflection, but stuff like this where he's come back around and linked the play, he's been brilliant, and he's been the one creative player in Ireland in the central area.
So Jamie Mullins is the player of the match this evening, as Murphy loses out in the middle, and now Slovakia looking to go down the other end. Ball squirts through somehow, and they've managed to hang on to it with Jakub Pira. Ireland get it back through Slater, and out for a throw-in on the far side. The time rapidly running out now for either of these teams to try and find a winner. And a point certainly doesn't do any damage to either team's campaign, but all three would be very useful at this stage.
Just shows how evenly matched they are as well. But Ireland be disappointed in terms of the goals they gave away from the edge of the box. And so I'm sure Slovakia, when they're doing their analysis, will be disappointed in the goals they conceded too, especially from the goalkeeper's mistakes.
And with England to come next month, Ireland would dearly love all 3 points heading into that game in the middle of November, as the Kagbu helps it away. Good header on that one, in towards O'Mahony on the edge of the area, the ball handled according to our referee. It'll be a Slovakia free kick.
It's a brilliant header in fairness from Slater. He comes on and powers it through, and it's one of those that he's thinking it's going to go down the line, and as a centre back you're on that side, and then it just goes inside and he's rolling you're praying he just doesn't get that little hook around the corner on you, but it bounces up and hits his arm. From an Ireland point of view, it's just disappointing, because I think he get a chance to pull the trigger on it.
So heading for the final minute of the 8 added on here at Turner's Cross. That ball coming down, Trent Coney-Doherty couldn't quite control it. And now Ireland do have it back. Is there going to be some late drama? Doherty's racing after it. Tidied up by Slovakia. Murphy drives through onto possession again. He's done really well to keep it in play. Slater's header, but there was a shove, says the referee. And that might well be that.
Jakubko's been very good for Slovakia at the in the heart of the defence. Even that one over the top, he hasn't panicked. He's just got across and covered in the position. He's played really well.
So Slovakia, having taken the lead so early on tonight, have managed to keep themselves in parity despite Ireland applying real pressure at stages in this second half to try and get that lead goal on home turf. And I suspect the visitors will be quite content with their evening's work. That ball out for another throw-in, and this might well be the final action.
You don't see Slovakia in an overly great rush to take it as well, so you can say they're happy with the draw at this stage in the game.
Referee allowing play continue as Slovakia work their way into the Irish area, and there's another shooting chance here, and it's that man again, Tadeusz Chojowski. He's had a couple of chances here, and he knows that was a good one to try and find the lead goal, but that will be the final action. It's finished. The Republic of Ireland 2, Slovakia 2. Ireland having to respond after conceding that early goal, and they were pressing in that second half, Graham, to find the winner.
Yeah,
but it finishes all square.
Sorry, Colin. They showed great resilience to come back twice. Obviously, they had a quick fire response at the first goal, but they worked their way back in the second half, and obviously Jadek Kiki takes his goal well. Poor mistake from the Slovakian goalkeeper. But again, that resilience to keep coming back in, and they were pushing. Like you said, they just lost a little bit of momentum with a couple of injuries in the game, but a good performance from Ireland all round.
Disappointing evening for Leon Inde, who had to make his way off with what looks like a hamstring injury. And Ireland with chances in that second half too, but in the end it ends honours even here at Turner's Cross. The full-time score, the Republic of Ireland 2, Slovakia 2.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you to Graham as well. Looks like real disappointment there from the Irish players, and given they had to come from behind twice, that is an interesting reaction as well. And this is what this result does to the table. So by virtue of goal difference, it is Slovakia who are ahead, but of course both themselves and Ireland on 7 points. England, though, have played a game fewer. They are just behind on 6 points. Can you understand, David Myler, why the Irish players might be disappointed after that?
Yeah, look, whenever you're at home early on in a campaign, you want to try and certainly win your home games, and I feel tonight they'll be disappointed. You know, the manner in which they conceded, certainly second goal, first goal early on, but they get themselves back into the game, and all second half they were on the front foot. They were the team really looking to go and win the game. You see even from Jim's substitutes at the end, you've got Mason, Michael and Mark all up front, all strikers looking for that winning goal. But look, they haven't lost. Certainly at half-time when they're 2-1 down, they need to get themselves back into the game. They do. I think they'll be kicking themselves that they haven't won it, because they deserve to win.
And in some ways, can we take plenty of positives from everything David just said there? They deserve to win. The very fact that you see an Irish team go so attacking against a decent Slovakia outfit there for the final few minutes.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show the importance of the home games, Joanne, because obviously Jim feels as though you have to take advantage of those games that you have, whether it be Tala, whether it be Turner's Cross. But I think Jim could be very happy and very proud of him tonight. Sometimes, Joanne, you don't get the rub of the green. I don't think they've had that tonight with the 2 goals they've conceded. But if you're giving everything to the cause, which I think the players did tonight, we were critical Not critical, more so the performance in Moldova probably wasn't up to the standards that they would expect, but it was their first day out, a young group as we mentioned before the match. Certainly the Andorra performance was pretty poor because of the standards that we know they should be reaching, but tonight they've given everything to the game, the enthusiasm for the game, their endeavour, their work rate, all that was there from minute one. They showed a lot of character, resilience to come back after falling behind, get themselves back into the game in the second half as well. So I think, Jim, even though they look dejected, I think he'd be delighted with the performance.
Well, let's see what Jamie Mullins has to say about that. He's the player of the match and he's with Damien.
Jamie, thanks for joining us. I think the body language says an awful lot. There's a little bit of disappointment not to have taken the victory there tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Considering we're at home, we obviously didn't start the game well, like going 1-0 down, but we reacted well, and then we just conceded goals at bad times. Like just before half time, we were just getting into it, kind of getting players into the game and stuff. And then we reacted well second half to get back in, but overall we probably a bit disappointed, like the way we played. We feel like being at home, we probably, a draw was okay, but we wanted 3 points. So.
And a frustrating nature to the 2 goals you conceded as well with the deflections, that it probably, both sides had chances, but it maybe didn't represent the overall balance of the play.
Yeah, obviously 2 deflections, like there's not much you can do with them, but we maybe could have stopped it before it happened. But yeah, I don't think bar that there was much in the game. I think we probably finished the game stronger. I think the last half an hour, we had the better chances. I know they hit the crossbar, but other than that, I think we were kind of stronger finishing the game.
Just a word on your own goal, because people talk about the character that exists within the squad. To bounce back within 60 or 90 seconds says an awful lot about this group. Talk us through what you remember of it.
Not much. Just setting up from a long throw, just all being in our positions, and then that's where I'm meant to be. So when it drops, just luckily, it fell right to me and I hit it, and then it was good to get us back in the game.
A difficult night for players further up the pitch to get into the game, and maybe that was something that you had to work out over the course of the 90 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I think it took us too long to kind of get our patterns and like the way we wanted to play. I think we had to have a bit more belief in each other on the ball and stuff, but I think it shows, like when we did play the way we wanted to play, you can see the chances we create and the ability we have. We just have to kind of trust each other a bit. That's all really.
And listen, it's a point for either side. It's not going to damage either side's quest to trying to rein in England along the way, and an awful lot of football still to be played, and the way Jim is talking, an awful lot more still to come from this group in terms of your capacity.
Yeah, I don't think in all 3 games we played we've seen like close to what we can be. I think there's still like a lot of young players in the group, and we're still trying to find our feet and build momentum, but to be back here in Turner's Cross, it's to get a point, and with the crowd and stuff, it's good to build a bit of momentum. Yeah.
Listen, good luck with the rest of the season. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, and as you saw there in our fixtures, the rest of the season, what's up next for this Republic of Ireland under-21 team is a trip over to play the current European under-21 champions, England. But we, first of all, have so much more to reflect on what was a bit of a thriller here at Turner's Cross, finishing 2 goals apiece between Ireland and Slovakia.
Here's your chance to support the boys in green. We've 2 premium level tickets up for grabs to see the Republic of Ireland take on Portugal next month in the Aviva Stadium. But that's not all. You'll also be treated to a 2-night stay at the luxury Castleknock Hotel with breakfast each morning and dinner at the stylish 22 bar and restaurant. And so you can relax and unwind after taking in all that football action. There's a spa treatment each. Check it out on castleknockhotel.com. And in case you need it, there's €500 spending money too. For your chance to win the lot, answer this question. Which of these is the first name of the Republic of Ireland men's senior head coach? Is it Henry, Hamir or Harry? To enter, call the number on screen or text the word football followed by your answer and name to 57886. Maximum cost per entry is €2.50 and you must be over 18 to enter. Lines will close at midday on October the 15th. Full details are on rte.ie/competitions, where the lucky winner will also be revealed.
They've cleared out very quickly here in Turner's Cross, but this man won't be leaving for a while. That's Jim Crawford, the Republic of Ireland head coach. So a 2-2 draw, came from behind twice. You had a big smile when you talked to the players leaving the pitch, but how do you reflect upon it?
I'm not disappointed, and I think our changes towards the end of the game showed that we really wanted to win it. We had a fair few forwards on the pitch, and that was a statement of intent. We weren't settling for the draw because we just felt, let's go and win our home games in the campaign, and we just feel if you do that, there's every opportunity you qualify in here. So 2-2, look, delighted with some of the play. You know, some of it still needs a little bit of work, but you know, I suppose that's it now. It's about us now getting prepared for November's window against England and Andorra.
Such a crazy start to that game, Jim, because you obviously wanted to prove that you had more in you had more intent than the last day against Andorra down in Tala. And then Slovakia come out and they get this goal, which we'll show you now in a moment after just a couple of minutes' time.
Yeah. It was a tough one to take, you know what I mean? So I know it deflects off Mason, and it's disappointing, but like what we were saying to them at half time, because we conceded after a couple of minutes, and then a couple of minutes before the end of the half, we're saying we just need to charge down those opportunities.
Some reaction though. This is the equaliser.
Fantastic goal. Jamie, he does that every day in training.
Yeah, David Myler says it's easy.
Yeah.
I still for a player with his ability.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. He's a fantastic talent, and I think that's a snapshot of what he can do.
It must have been a sucker punch then when they went ahead, and we even heard Jamie when he was in his interview there talking about the timing of the concession of the goals, but also the sloppy mistakes involved.
Yeah, the second goal we gave away, I think we could have, you know, I haven't seen it back, but for me, we need to get out to the ball quicker and defend it better, and we didn't do that. You know, as well as you should do. Okay, you know, overdoing it there. But look, it was a little bit of a flat dressing room at half time. But look, we got into them and said, you know what, we can win this. And I thought the second half we were a lot better. You know, I thought Leon.
Sorry, what were you thinking when Jad was doing this, by the way?
Yeah, well, I was sort of thinking he was going to do it earlier. You know what I mean? But. He does great. He shows real composure and a fantastic finish, and you know he's having a wonderful season, isn't he, at the minute at Sligo? And you know it's been a fantastic goal from him.
I know the initial reaction, Jim, is obviously you're disappointed. You could see the body language of the players as well, but just in terms of such a short space of time between the last window, to see the progression in them and the performance that they put in compares to the last game against Andorra and Moldova, you must be so pleased with that, and even looking forward to the future. The ceiling for these boys.
Yeah, look, the intensity was a lot better, and again, although we got 6 points in the last window, we were still a little bit, you know, questioning certain aspects and areas of the game. Our game that could get better. We spoke about it. We had numerous meetings. We worked on it on the training pitch, and you know, I think we've seen some good stuff today. But still,
like what, Jim? What in particular were those?
Well, look, a little bit more clinical. You know what I mean? Go back yourself in the final third. The structure of the team could be better, and sort of working on more patterns than anything else this week. But look, it was a good week, and look, I thought the players showed real guts, character, and belief to come back from behind twice. And as I said, Leon came on and he gave a real spark.